Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. I want to tell you about Anchor. I've been with Anchor since I started podcasting, and it's a great platform. Why is it so great? Because it's so easy and it's free. There's a lot of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. You could do it right from your phone or your computer. Not only that, now you can add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are just endless, you guys. Whatever you want to do, you want to have your own radio show, you want to do music analysis, you could do whatever creative thing you want to do with Anchor. Also, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So it's going to be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcasts with no minimal listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Today I want to talk about when you've given up on dating, okay? Like, I see a lot of hurt people, like, in our groups, and, they're down on themselves, they're down on every dating, they feel like they don't know what's going on, their whole self-esteem is slashed and everything like that. And I need to address this. And one of the reasons that I'm addressing this was a post that I saw that this girl put up in the group, okay? And she put up, I like being numb better. Having feelings hurts and is confusing and frustrating. Just wish I could be numb again, okay? Now, this girl is a very pretty girl, okay? And she's kind of like, she feels so rejected because she's having a hard time in the dating world, and she's not the only one. There's a lot of them also that are feeling the same way. And the thing is this, you guys, I need to bring this up, all right? Here's the thing that a lot of people aren't getting, okay? And the reason that you're not getting it is because you don't have enough experience, okay? You haven't lived enough life, or you haven't been through something to understand why you feel a certain way. It's like somebody that is heartbroken from, a breakup in a relationship and they're devastated, okay? What you don't understand is that you're dealing with the wrong people. You are already making a judgment of somebody that you've dated or were in a relationship, and you're saying you already put the expectation up too high when you started to date this person, okay? You thought to yourself, oh, this person, I did everything right. We had a great time. So then why didn't it work out? Why isn't it working out? Why is he not calling me? Why is he backing off from me? Why doesn't he want a commitment with me? It's not you, you guys. It's not you. You have to look at that person, okay? That person could be a player. That person could be somebody who doesn't know how to be in a relationship. Maybe they've never seen a healthy relationship. Maybe they grew up in a household where their parents were never in a healthy relationship, so they don't know how to treat people. That's why I tell you all the time, you better look at how somebody treats other people, because that's going to give you an indication of how they're going to treat you, okay? But the thing is, who are you picking? Who are you picking? Are you picking the unavailable person? Are you picking somebody, who has a track record where they jump from person to person, or somebody who doesn't know how to be in a long-term relationship? Are you picking somebody who's never made a formal commitment and they're over 40 years old? Okay? Will you look at these people for who they are? Okay? You're not looking at them for who they are. Like we had one girl, she talked about how she went out with this guy and he ghosted her. All right. They were boyfriend, girlfriend, and he ghosted her. And then she didn't hear from him for a couple of months. So now she's dating a new guy. She's got a new boyfriend. And what happens? The old boyfriend comes back, and now she's contemplating, should she, go back with her ex-boyfriend, okay? The guy who ghosted her. And when he came back, he brought up about, oh, I miss you, and he brought up sex, all red flags, okay? And she is looking at what he's saying, okay? Instead of what he did. He ghosted you. He ghosted you. If somebody ghosts you, you need to get rid of them, okay? Delete, block. This is a person who has zero respect for you. This is a person who doesn't give a crap about you. And they're coming back. Why are they coming back? Because probably they're going through a dry spell and now they're hitting you up again. And they want to see, if you're going to take them back, okay? Because they know that you liked them. So the thing is this, that's where you got to close the door. You've got to close the door. And this is why the game player is able to play game, because you allow them to play game, you guys, because you keep giving people too many chances that don't deserve those chances. Okay? And the reason I get emphatic about it is because I know what it is. I used to be that person. And believe me, it got me nowhere. Nowhere. What it did at the time was bring me down until I was able to build my self-worth, until I had enough experience and realized, you know what? The problem is not me. The problem is who I'm dealing with. I took a good look at these people that I was dealing with, and I realized that each one of them, although they were good looking, although they were kind of exciting, they were a fuck up, okay? They were a fuck up in their lives, all right? So when you look at these people and you say to yourself, I'm missing them so much, take a good look at their lives, all right? I'm telling you, you guys, take a look at their lives, all right? Most of these people that break your hearts are people that have fucked up lives, okay? They're all over the place. These are the people that are going to be in the same spot in 10 years. Believe me when I tell you. These type of people don't move forward in their lives. They stay in the same spot, okay? Somebody who's a good person, a good guy or a good woman, when you break up with them or something happens in the relationship, let's say you don't realize that you had somebody that was a good person, all right, because maybe you were immature at the time, maybe it wasn't the right time for you, and you let that person go, that person is going to find somebody else and have moved on in their life. that is a sign of somebody who was usually a good person. But the people that are still around, the people that are still out there playing, are the people that are going to be in the same spot the rest of their lives. These are the people that are playing games on everybody. Okay? So you need to stop sweating these people. All right? And the reason that you're sweating them is because you don't value yourself. You don't say to yourself, how dare you? You ghosted me. You're looking at me and saying, oh, I'm not worth anything. I'm not worth a call. I'm not worth even canceling on. You just disappear like I'm a piece of garbage. That's how you got to look at it. All right? Not like, I miss, he said he missed me and he loved me. No, fuck him. Fuck him, okay? Have your self-worth. Love yourself, okay? Build yourself up. Just like that person came into your life, somebody else will come into your life. Stop looking at that person and looking at their looks and saying, oh, how sexy they are, or oh, how great they were in the bed and everything else. Believe me, there'll be another one that's great. It's not hard to find somebody who's good in the bedroom. Believe me when I tell you, you could find great sex anywhere, all right? So if you're looking at that person and you're heartbroken because you're lusting after them, because you have all this lust after them, because it's not love, you wouldn't be loving somebody who's treating you like crap. You have lust for them. So if you're lusting the sex or whatever, believe me, you could get that somewhere else. That's easy. So you have to see the reason that I'm going on about this is you have to see these people for who they are, okay? And when you're young, you don't really have that expertise because you haven't had enough experience. You haven't seen enough clowns to be able to recognize and say, oh, there's a clown, okay? Like, I'm going to give you an example. One of my girlfriends was on one of the dating sites, okay? What do I say about the dating sites? Game. You guys, please pass the word to your friends. All right? There's a lot of women out there that don't understand and think like, oh, you could find relationships on dating apps. Very rarely today can you, all right? 90% of the dating apps are game, okay? They're not there for relationships. They're there for hookups, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to play game, all right? So, you guys, you got to get your head out of the sand. You got to see it for what it is, all right? So you could protect yourself, protect your heart. So anyway, she was dealing with this guy, right? Good-looking guy, but not a 10 on the scale. He was maybe an 8 or 9, but you could tell that this guy, he had a little bit of that player kind of look going on. So anyway, he hits her up and everything like that. And she says, oh, what do you hope to find on here? And he said something like, well, you could tell that this guy, he thought he was smooth. And he puts on there, well, I'm looking for something real and someone to make memories with. Okay? All right. First of all, that is corny as fuck. Someone to make memories with. That right there would have been a red flag for me, all right? The average person doesn't put something as corny as that, okay? And this is what I mean, you guys. When you start to see these things, and you have to look at what they say to you, and you have to look at what they text, all right? Because these people show themselves. That's how stupid they are. Because they write corny things. They write things that seem a little off. And when you're on these dating apps, although try to get off them and try to meet people other ways, but when you're there and you see these little sayings and stuff like that, like, oh, I'm looking for my wife, or I'm looking for a woman. Okay, you're looking for a woman. All right, looking for a woman for what? You looking for a woman to fuck, or you're looking for a woman for a relationship? Okay, like they just think that they're smarter than everybody else, and that's why it's up to you to be able to recognize somebody who's being manipulative. All right. And that's why I'm here to explain this to you. I'm here to expose the game, because more people that understand the game and the game is exposed, the less that there will be game out there, and maybe people can come back to being themselves again, okay? Then the game doesn't work on people, and people could become more genuine because games don't work, all right? Although some people will try new games or whatever, but the thing is this, all right? So this guy, so she says to him, oh, let's be friends on Facebook. He says, okay, sure. They end up, she says, what's your Facebook profile? He gives her a Facebook profile. She goes to his Facebook profile, and guess what? He's only got 6 friends on his Facebook profile. Okay, I told her, red flag, red flag, red flag. That is a backup page, all right? And this is what a lot of them do, okay? If they know that you may ask them for their social media, so what do? They make up another Facebook page. I know guys that have 10 Facebook pages with different names, different sayings, different, they have cartoon character as their profile pictures and stuff. This is how they hide, because they're usually in a relationship with somebody or a situation. So they make up a dummy Facebook page and they add you to that page, okay? And this guy already, a million red flags. And then the other thing he said is, here's my number. What do I tell you guys? When you're dealing with a clown that's telling you, here's my number, okay? Give me a call, all right? You're not dealing with a man. You're dealing with a boy. A man is going to take your number, all right? A clown is going to expect you to call, all right? Because they don't know how to be a man. They don't know how to take a woman's number and call her, all right? So recognize that. These are all clues to ding, 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 who you dealing with, okay? So, somebody who's a regular guy and, as we quote unquote a man, he is going to take the initiative, all right? He's going to ask a girl, what's your number? Now, the other clue was that this guy never asked her one question about herself. Zero, zilch, nothing, all right? Didn't ask her what her name was on Facebook so he could add her. So that tells you right there. He's not interested in who she is, all right? He's not interested in making sure that he's friends with her on Facebook. He's not asking for her number, okay? He's not asking her what she does for a living. He's not asking her how she's doing on the dating app or anything like that, okay? Another thing I want to bring up too is a lot of them, rarely ask you what you're looking for. Why? Because they don't care what you're looking for. Most of them know that the majority of the women are looking for something more than just a hookup. They know it already, you guys. All right? So, you got to be careful of that. Or some of them, they want to ask right up front because they want to see where your head is at. That's why it's always good to ask them. That's a good question to ask people is, what do you hope to find on here? And by their response, you will know what you're dealing with, okay? But the thing is this, you can't sit there and get down on yourself when things don't work out and say to yourself, dating, I'm just going to give up on dating, this and that. First of all, you're putting yourself in the wrong place. You're putting yourselves in the wrong place. Don't put yourself on dating apps where it's a shark pit, okay? It's a shark pit with a bunch of people that are looking to use you most of the time. And then you got the other ones that are on there that are looking for, a good financial situation, okay? So you got to be really careful of these people. So one other thing that I wanted to say with my girlfriend on this app with this guy that was another huge flag was the number that he gave her was a text app number, okay? Because when she Googled the number, it came up something like OK Caller, which is usually a text app number. So he wasn't giving her his real number. So that, could be a huge red flag, all right? Because a lot of them have text apps that they use, all right? Because they don't want to give you their real number, because when they're with their girl or with somebody else, they just delete the text app and they don't have to worry about you calling and texting on their phone when they're with somebody else. So, you need to be aware of it. And when my girlfriend, she's pretty sharp and she saw all these things, she has zero tolerance and everything. And she just was like, after she was trying to talk to him for a while and she saw, he really wasn't asking her anything. She knew already she was dealing with a clown, and she just was like, bye, trick, okay? And she put laugh out loud. But the point I'm trying to make is this, you guys. It is mostly game out there, okay? And why? Because they could get away with it. Because there is a lot of people that don't realize that, that people aren't always genuine, okay? Just because you're a good person and you're looking to meet somebody and you're meeting somebody, you're thinking, this notion like, oh, people are on dating apps because they want to date and they want relationships. No, they've twisted it around, okay? And they've taken advantage of people on these apps. Years ago, yeah, it was a lot. It was more dating. And then progressing into relationships. But today it's different. And the thing is, the reason that it's different is because, a lot of women are doing the friends with benefits thing. So, that they get it, they're getting the benefits very easily without having to work for them. But the thing is, it's up to you to weed through. And when you see that somebody is, not being genuine, or you see that something, just seems a little bit too, too out of the realm of being real, then you don't bother with somebody. You cut them off cold. You got to be a cold-hearted bitch. I had a friend of mine who used to say that to me years ago, okay? And because he saw the type of guys that I was, dealing with. And he said to me, you got to be a cold-hearted bitch. He says the problem isn't you. The problem are the types of men that you are picking. Okay? You're not looking for the right things. You're not looking for somebody who, is kind and understanding. You're not looking at how they're treating you. You're going by what they're saying to you. So that's why I tell you, it doesn't matter what comes out of their mouths, because people lie. And you got, when you talk about game the other way, you got women playing game the other way too. And their benefits could be something different. Their benefits could be for money, all right? You got women playing men out there as well that, are using sex to get some kind of financial benefit out of some guy that maybe he's an older man, maybe, he's not so good looking, and they're playing up to them, all right? So, you got to see what somebody's agenda is. And that's why you can't close your eyes to red flags, and you can't come down on yourself for, things not working out. If things didn't work out, then you didn't see this person for who they were. You didn't look at their character, okay? Because you haven't been trained to know what to look for. You're looking at just, how attractive that person is. You're thinking about the beginning of how they treated you, because like I told you, they're always nice in the beginning. That's when you're new, you're something fresh, okay? That's when the attraction level is at its peak, in the very beginning. But as time goes on, the mask comes off, and that's the real person. So you will see that person if you give it time, okay? You got to make somebody work for you, okay? And you have to give as well. You can't just expect somebody to break your door down, because they have a lot of options. But if somebody is treating you with respect and they're sincere and trying to get to know you, you will know. You will know. When somebody disappears on you or somebody doesn't make time for you, that's it. Then you know this person is not all in, and then you don't waste your time. This is why you're down on things, because you're giving people a chance that don't deserve the chance. You're dealing with people who don't want relationships or who are not all into you, and you're giving them a chance. Cut these people off. Get rid of them and keep going. Keep going till you hit the right person. You got to weed through. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that will waste your time. You don't waste your time with zeros. You give your time to people that show you that they're serious. Okay, and you can't get down on it. In the meantime, you work on yourself. You build yourself up. Okay, because it's better to be alone and have peace. Have peace. There's something to be said for having peace, than to be dealing with somebody who's giving you those highs and lows, than to be dealing with somebody, who you see and then they disappear on you for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and your heart is on the ground and they're not responding to your messages. Why aren't they responding to your messages? Because they're out with somebody else. But then they come back, and just because they come back, it doesn't mean that they miss you. It doesn't mean that they realize that you are the one. Most of the time when they're coming back, it's because they've already done the circuit with everybody else, or they're going through a dry spell, and now they're coming back to you. They're rotating you. Don't let anybody make you an option. You have the power to end that shit, okay? The minute that you see somebody is making you an option, you cut that person off. You cut them off, because if you don't cut them off, then you deserve what you get. And that means that this person is going to keep breadcrumbing you and treating you that way. And that's why you're getting yourself hurt, because you're allowing yourself to get hurt. All right? I'm telling you, you got to stop being so fucking nice. All right? You got to stop being so nice to people that aren't treating you right. Okay? I'm trying to build you guys up, and for you to see what you're dealing with out there, and stop thinking that everybody out there is, going to treat you the right way. No, you got to weed through for the good ones. Yes, there's not many good men and good women out there that are sincere and want to, have a relationship with you, which is fine, but you got to weed through and get rid of the ones that are a waste in your life, okay? Because the more you entangle yourself with these people that are a waste, the more you're going to be a broken person. The more these people are going to break your spirit, the more you're going to get attached to them, okay? The more times that you spend with these people that are emotionally unavailable and aren't giving you what you want, the more you're going to be broken. So that's why I'm telling you, you got to cut that in the butt in the beginning, okay? In the beginning. You got to see it for what it is and stop giving so many chances to people that don't deserve it, okay? I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button and share the podcast, you guys. Share it to your friends. Let them be aware. The more people that, put those boundaries up a little bit, the less people will be able to play games with them, okay? And it'll be better for everybody in the end. So share the podcast and have a great day. I want to tell you guys about a great book that I highly recommend. It's a book called Are You the One for Me by Barbara DeAngelis. Barbara DeAngelis is a New York Times best-selling author. She's got a lot of books, you guys, on Amazon, and you can listen to it free through Audible's 30-day trial. 30-day free trial. It doesn't cost you anything. And in her book, she talks about, if you're married and you're wondering if you could be happier, if you're single and wondering how to avoid another wrong partner, or you're wondering if the person you're with is the one for you, this book is so spot on. I got this book years ago. A friend recommended it to me because let's face it, when we're growing up, nobody tells us these things, right? So we learn through years of experience, and this book sums up so much and is so relevant to relationships and getting to know what somebody is about, how to avoid making the mistakes that we make, the 6 essential qualities to look for in a mate, how to spot fatal flaws in a partner, how to create that sexual chemistry you want. So go to Audible and you can go to my link, which is tinyurl.com/AskYazNow. Okay. And you have 30 days to get a free audiobook. You can cancel anytime. And on top of that, you guys, there's other books on there too. There's other books that she's written, like What Women Want Men to Know, The Secrets About Men Every Woman Should Know. So go to the link tinyurl.com/AskYazNow and get your free trial membership. Are you having a problem in your dating or relationship life and you need a question answered? Well, go to my website. The link is in the podcast description, and you'll see how you can ask Yaz a question and get it answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description and look for the link where it talks about how Yaz will answer your question.